an Avatar Ranking characters video, whatever. Kuvira. Complicated feelings on Kuvira. I like Kuvira. Like, she beat the crap out of Korra. And you know, I like seeing the back when I didn't like Korra as much. That was fun to see. I gotta be honest. But outside of that, Kuvira's kind of boring to me. She's kind of boring. And I honestly don't feel like she needed to be redeemed either. She was always... The best thing about her was just her bending and the fact that she beat Korra up. That's it. And the fight that they have in the mech is really cool. Besides that, I don't really feel that much about Kuvira. She's probably gonna be somewhere down here. I really don't like Kuvira that much. Sorry guys. Sean, I love this dude. I'm sorry I screamed to the right. They didn't do that loud, but I ain't gonna make this video. Love this guy. The freaking Cave of Two Lovers is probably, you know, besides the story stuff, like besides like a Crossroads and a Guru and a Zuko alone, like in terms of like the quote unquote filler episodes of book 2, because you don't really need to watch the Cave of Two Lovers to get the story. You really don't. But of the quote unquote filler, you could skip it. You're not missing much story. This is my favorite. I love all of the songs. Like, who could forget Secret Tunnel? Secret Tunnel through the night. I ain't gonna sing the whole thing, but I love this freaking dude. There were even people at my freaking job playing that song. Like, people love that. I love the Cave of Two Lovers. Besides, you know, it's one of my favorites with 2 episodes, and this guy, I wish he showed up more. He only shows up once. If this guy had came back, I would have been so freaking happy. I like him more than Boomy. Screw Boomy. The cabbage.
My cabbages!
This is the character ranking video, right? So I can't put him in S tier. I feel like that would be a little bit shallow. But I still will put the cabbage dude in A tier. Don't care. Do not care. If that somehow bothers anyone out there, the only question I have for you is are you actually an Avatar fan? Kaya. I quite like Kaya. She's probably like my least favorite of Aang's kids, but I do like her. She's alright. I'm gonna put her slightly below Jinora. Somewhere in this. So I don't like her that much. Avatar Kyoshi. Like, in terms of avatars, Avatar Kyoshi is my favorite. Avatar Kyoshi was freaking 7 feet tall, guys. Lived like 230 freaking years. And I've heard a lot of good things about her comics. So yeah. Badass lesbian Avatar. Gotta say it. Kyoshi has a lot of stuff. I'm putting her up here, actually. I'm gonna put her like ahead of Bolin and Gazan. Guru Lahima. I love how they kind of want to bend it. Guru Lahima is also a pretty interesting character. Like, we never see the guy, I'm pretty sure, but this guy had to have been a big deal because half the things that Zahir says like come down to him. Like, he'll just be talking to like Guru Lahima. Guru Lahima this. Guru Lahima that. Guru Lahima said. I actually like Guru Lahima though. Like, the whole like kind of sketchiness to this character as like an airbender. Like, yeah, like, did this dude really take those ideals that far? Really interesting. I'm gonna put him like right there. This guy, this dude, put a little respect on this dude's name. Because as soon as he figured out that Amon was a bender, this dude was ready to throw hands. Like, this dude really cared about the cause as a character. I actually really like that. I feel like if he didn't have that, he would have become off as one note and generic. But because of that, I'm gonna put him pretty high. Like, higher than you might think I would. You know? Yeah, I'm gonna put the lieutenant. I think that's the only thing we ever get from him too. I'm putting him pretty high. I'm putting him like somewhere around here actually. When this guy right here, when he psychic blood bends, I think it's honestly scarier than Amon. Cause you look at like the way he moves and like the way he twitches his eyes and crap. That is the creepiest thing I've ever seen in Avatar for real. I think it's creepier than Hama, and I think it's creepier than Amon. Right? Like, besides that, he was just like a just like a triad or something. Besides that, that wasn't there. But like the scene in the courtroom, I think that's one of the best scenes in like both series. I really do. It's so creepy and it's so effective because you have like the back shot of Aang. The freaking avatar Aang's all grown up, has all 4 elements, and this guy cannot touch him. It just tells like how scary freaking psychic bloodbending is. I think what this dude does is scarier than anything even Amon did. I'm not gonna place him as high as Amon, but like this guy right here, I'm putting him right there with Hama, really. Okay, so Lin. I think Lin, I liked her little dynamic with Korra in book 1 of Korra. That was okay, but I do not like her whole thing with her sister. Some people might disagree with that, but that whole thing with her sister, I thought it was mellow freaking dramatic. It went on a little too long, and I did not like it. Like with her and Korra, it didn't go on that long, and I don't feel like it was as dramatic. So when she saves Korra and they like establish that mutual respect, that was good. But the stuff with her sister, no, I don't care for. I'm sorry. That's all. Milo, at first, I think he got better, but at first, you know, sometimes, at first I feel like he was really 50-50. He was really like, could go either way, right? He could either be the most annoying thing in the freaking series or the most fun thing in the series, right? Like fart bending, like that's a fun thing in concept, but in theory, it kind of takes me out of the show, right? Like, yeah, he's bending, but it takes me out of the show because I'm like, no, we don't need this. Like, I'm sorry, but later on, like I like him more later on because he becomes like much more multifaceted, right? Like you see this dude like painting pictures and stuff, and like. He's like more intelligent, so I really do like him. I think that he deserves to be. Actually, I think I like him the most out of Tenzin's kids. I like him slightly more than Jinora, so I'm gonna put him right there. The freaking lion turtle. At the concept of like lion turtle, if this guy is here to represent like all of them in the concept, right here. A lot of that's gonna be moved around, guys. Lo and Lee, don't care. I mean, like their whole like they're funny and like there's a lot of implied stuff with them. Like if they're not firebenders, why are they teaching Azula? Like, is the point supposed to be that Azula's already perfect? Like, because Azula really does not need these ladies. We never see these ladies actually do much for Azula. I think Azula was pretty cool. I think Azula just likes having them around. Like, she's like, oh, Zuko has an Iroh. Well, I need to have another old person, but it's going to be 2 ladies, right? Yeah, they're like right there. Long Thing got screwed as a character. Like, they could have kept using him. Like, I love Azula, but I feel like it was way too easy for her to defeat Long Thing, and I feel like the only reason it happened was for convenience. They're like, we don't have enough time for these guys to get like the arc that they really need. We need Azula to win right now, like as fast as possible. So we just have her like double cross and get Long Fang, and it'll just be like that, right? Whereas I feel like they really did need like at least another episode. I feel for those two to be kind of like at each other's throats, and it would have been good. And it should have been much, much, much more even. But they didn't do that. But even with what they did, I love this guy, right? Like freaking. First of all, it's Clancy Brown, Mr. Krabs, Lex Luthor. Love it. Just freaking love it. So his voice is obviously amazing. He's gonna be quite up there. He's better than yeah, I'm putting him up there even more. Cause like, just think about what this dude had going. This dude was effectively leading the Earth Kingdom. Right under the King's nose. Didn't know nothing, man. I'm putting him up here. Long shot, yeah. Not much to him. He's alright. The scene where he talks is really good, but besides that, it's probably gonna piss like one person off. But he's gonna be around somewhere. Yeah, he'll be right there. May. I really like May. I really do. Like, I know I said that Eska and Desna, I feel like, did a better job at executing what they were going for May, and I still stand by that. However, just because they didn't, I feel, execute like the trope that they were trying to do to the best of their ability, I think they did get the character good. Like, May really is very passionate. It really does care about people. It's just she can't express it. So I really, really understand May as a character, right? I ship her and Zuko. I don't care about Jin, right? I mean, yeah, I like Mako, so I'm gonna put May. I actually like May more than Asami. Sparky boom, man. Nah. Combustion, man. Like, this dude really doesn't have much character to speak of, really. Like, he has a little bit, but like his whole point is just, I'm a deadly assassin dude with a crazy tattoo, right? I can't really put him that high because he ain't that much. But he's gonna be higher than maybe you would think with like that description. I'm gonna put him like right here. I just think that Mako is like the blandest character in the franchise. Like, we get it. He's like Zuko. He's like the most boring. He's like the most boring off-brand Zuko you could ever have, in my opinion. He has his moments, but like, I feel like he doesn't really get to be a character like everyone else does, right? He's really boring to me. His brother is like a billion times better as a character to me. Asami's better. Like, and I feel like a lot of it isn't even his fault. I feel like a lot of it is just straight up because the writers didn't know what they were freaking doing, right? Like, I think a lot of it is literally just that. So they didn't really know what to do with him, and so he didn't really get anything. So that being said, he's probably gonna be behind long shot for me. This guy, his name's literally just the Mechanist. That's it. I like his character, but I've seen this kind of dude, and he's very like one note. I like his one note. Like, his one note is a sweet note to me, but I've seen this kind of character before. I've seen this done. I've seen it done better too. So he's gonna be like, he's gonna be ahead of Haru. I think he's a little more interesting than Haru. Who are these guys? Are those like metal bender police? See, I don't know why this tier list just has stuff like that. Like that, it's gonna be like they're gonna be like right here, better than the Terra team. I bet you they would have gave Tylee a better fight. Meanwhile, the idea of this character is freaking stellar. This is one of the best ideas I feel like they ever had. Like, someone who's like disabled, right? Like Toph, but taken to the next freaking level. Like, we get to see what Toph would be like if she was a freaking waterbender, right? That's basically how I see Minghua. She's like if Toph was a waterbender, like someone who has to adapt because they are missing something, right? So her fighting style, like, this is the most unique fighting style I think we ever see in the show, in both series too. Like, I feel like this is the most unique idea when it comes to bending we've ever seen. So I mean, I don't think she's terribly interesting, but I am gonna put her. Yeah, I think that's a good place. Monkey Aso. Monkey Aso is a freaking badass. Nobody else can tell. Like, look at that face. That face tells you. When you look at that, you're like, oh, this is just an old man. He's an airbender, but he doesn't want to hurt nobody. This dude is surrounded by dead firebenders. Sozen Comet firebenders. This guy was not playing around. That necklace you see, a lot of people say that necklace is like supposed to be worn by the best airbender in the world. I think it might have been that guy at that time. This dude took out a whole freaking room of Comet-assisted firebenders. This dude is definitely freaking... If the White Lotus existed in his time, this dude was definitely on that level. Right? Like, if I do like a power ranking, this dude's gonna be really high. But right now I'm just doing character. He's a really sweet character too. It's gonna be pretty high, actually.